Welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hello and welcome. I am Corey Pratt.
I'm Chris Ruck.
And this is CRAVING Cars.
That's right.
Coming to you live from Automotive Center Studios.
Independence, Missouri.
And to help with the rest
Welcome
of the
to the
show,
show, everybody.
We have a lot of supporters, which thank you
Yeah.
all out there for
Welcome.
watching.
Hello
and welcome. I am Corey Pratt.
I'm Chris Ruck.
And this is CRAVING Cars.
Is that a legal
coming to you
notice?
live from
the
Automotive
little fine print thing.
Studios.
Little spree.
Hey, take this and to help
material.
with the rest
Welcome
of the
to the
show,
show,
everybody.
everybody.
A lot of supporters. Solve your itchy, watery eyes.
Hello
Once you take a look around,
I'm Chris Ruck.
but we do have some below. Hey, take this
Right. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
You know what? We
solve your itchy, watery eyes.
We were traveling. And I was Chris Ruck.
But we do have some below. Hey, take this
Right. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
You know what? We were
watery eyes.
We were traveling. And I was Chris Ruck. Actually, he's online right now.
But we do have
questions and everything. But right. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
You know what? We
watery eyes.
were traveling. And I was actually, he's online right now. Questions and everything. But right. Welcome to the show. You know what? However, we were traveling. Let's see if this works. How about now? We should be done with the looping. Sorry about that, guys.
Wait.
1 2 1 2 1 2. You should be hearing this clear.
Wave when they fix it.
Should be good. Maybe give us. Yeah. There's a delay, so give us a second.
Anybody? I guess we gotta keep talking, although they won't know.
Right.
All right.
I think we're good now. I can
good?
see what it was doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yes. We're working now.
All
I think
right,
that's
thanks,
what the call
guys.
was
Sorry
for.
about that.
So thank you for the call for the concerned citizen that was calling me, probably to tell me that same
Was
thing.
it?
Yeah, I think that's probably what
You know what?
That's probably
Appreciate the audience.
I don't want to say if it was he or she or not, but that's probably what my wife was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they were doing.
Well, the problem was we loaded up some cool content tonight, and we had to do like 5 or 6 different audio channels, so it might have confused a little bit. So appreciate the
Well,
feedback.
now we got to restart the whole intro and everything.
Okay, go.
Hi, I'm Corey Pratt.
I'm Chris Rock.
This is CRAVING CARS. Let's get going.
All right.
Hey, but I tell you what, because I was out of town, unfortunately, I missed a pretty cool little thing that you went to.
You did, to be honest, and it was a really good day. One, we've attended in the past
So tell people where you
together,
went.
right? No, and I'll get there.
Oh, I'm fine. Okay.
I'm building up the excitement.
I'm going to let
All
that
right?
guy take care of it.
All right. So we're building up the excitement. We've been there a few times. We dealt with the owner a few times.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
KC Trends
Yep.
hosted their annual open house that they did, and they brought in the legendary Chip Fuse. And you can go on our YouTube channel and see some behind the scenes, some great access video coverage of him speaking to the audience, describing the Volkswagen van that he custom built that was there.
So does Chad own that?
He
Did
does
he buy
now.
that?
He does now because he bought it. He's like, I fell in love with that.
And this was a vehicle that Chip Foose
Custom built. Yep. It was owned by
which
a guy
means it probably
that,
has some killer wheels on it, I bet, because he's huge on
no,
designing
to
wheels.
be honest, it was. If you look at it,
Well,
you can tell it's a very nice VW bus,
Sure.
but there's nothing saying it was like overly modified. It looks very conservative. Everything's clean until you start dialing into the details of the van. There's a difference. So you got to watch the video to learn those small details. But even Chip said this build was special to him, and he took it on for a couple of reasons. And one of them was the owner of this van sold hot dogs out of it. So it's typically called
it's a
the
hot
hot dog van.
so it's a hot dog van.
Yeah. So the guy sold hot dogs out of it.
Real important question here. What kind of hot dogs?
Well, German hot dogs.
Were
obviously.
they like Chicago style?
I don't
New
know.
York, like Nathan dogs?
Obviously, he's out of business.
Is
But
one with sauerkraut and all that shit? I guess that'd
Yeah.
be sausage.
no, honestly, watch the video. It
Yeah.
was a great show. Chip was
Where can people
beyond
what video?
beyond friendly.
Where
I
can
mean,
people watch the video?
on our YouTube channel.
What?
It's up there. There you go.
How do you get to the YouTube channel?
Oh, Craving Cars.
Craving Cars.
YouTube / Craving
YouTube.
Cars. There you go.
At Craving Cars on Facebook and Instagram.
There you go.
And if you just Google Craving Cars, guess what's going to come up?
Yeah. But great interview. The guy was amazing. My brother met him years ago at SEMA.
He was a couple,
Said the same thing. Everybody that's
Yeah,
met
yeah,
him
yeah.
says the same thing.
and
Very humble.
that's exactly the word I was going to use.
That's
because
it.
so we've been at World of Wheels here for some
Yeah.
years in a row. He in Kansas City. He was a guest, one of the guest stars at World of Wheels last year or the year before.
I'd have been 3 years ago because he hadn't been there since me and you been together there.
Yeah, he was. One of the years he was.
Oh, maybe,
Crazy, right?
Maybe I was sleeping during
You
that.
were. No, I don't know. But I was told that everybody that we knew, we went to
Yeah.
talk to, was like, oh, you went to go make Chip Foose. And what it was, he was up there and he didn't just stay behind the table. He came around the table
That's right.
and hung out side by side with everybody.
Yep.
If they wanted a hug, he'd give them a hug. You want a handshake, you want a fist bump, whatever it was. And he would chat. And he probably took more time than he was supposed to with each person, but because he wanted to actually talk to him.
That's right.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because most people say,
Yep.
See you. Thanks for coming by.
The good part, what we captured that day was a complete story of how he got started, his whole career through, because literally he talked for about an hour and a half.
Holy moly.
Live on a microphone. It's not 5 minutes. Hey, I'm Chip Foose. Hey, goodbye.
Hey,
It was a whole story.
That's awesome.
And it was because it dealt with how he started his career, how he went through dealing with networks, right? Getting his show, teaming up with Jesse James on how that failed, all of that. He told that whole story.
I remember that actually.
And then dove into how he came across this van, not to mention everything else. So definitely check out the story because I captured it all. I sat there, my arms were killing me holding this camera the whole time. But Definitely check it out.
It's what you do. It's what you do
That's
for the
right.
channel.
Yeah, but amazing guy, very friendly, very open to anything. And honestly, he isn't one to say, hey, let's go to the back room and hang out. He's more, no, I want to talk to these people. I want to learn the stories. And he would pass the mic around at KC Trends. So it honestly was a great show. And not to mention the cars that were at that show. Oh, my God.
Well, it looked like, I mean, he wasn't just like, he came out, did this thing, and then stood behind a table, did autographs and everything. He was walking around.
That's right.
And chatting with people.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Very cool.
And it sucks I missed
check
it.
it
But,
out.
hey, next time. So,
they did a great job.
Come back
KC
to
Trends
KC.
did a great job. I got to give them that.
Either come back to KC or Chip, invite us out to some other event you're going to be at so we can have a little bit of more one-on-one talk with you. And
Well, I got a private thing I need to talk to you about after the show. I can't announce it now, but I did talk to him. So
I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, what an asshole. How are you going to mention some stuff?
All right. Well, that's something you need to look into. But I did have a conversation with him. So
that's awesome.
We'll see where that goes.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What else? Awesome cars there, obviously.
Hands down, the very best of the best. I mean, within 30 feet in one row, several $1 million worth of cars. It was crazy. Yeah. They do an amazing job.
You pull the calculator out. You start like,
I was.
That was this. That was this. And then also your calculator breaks.
If you watch the video, you'll see it. I hate throwing names out there, but there was a lot of cars. And
watch the video.
The Hoonigans were there with their tent, and they had everything else set up. They had a whole VIP bar area. I don't know if they're serving alcohol, but it was a bar area, kind of their own private gazebo.
Yeah.
If you think, it probably held like 20 people in it.
So, do you think with those guys? I mean, what they do, they probably got to drink a little bit, right?
Well, who doesn't?
I mean, how do you do what they do and not drink a little bit?
Well, yeah. I mean, they're on the road probably 5 days a week. I mean,
I'm not saying they're drinking and driving.
No.
But they might be in their little backyard area and their little like thing. They might have had a few when they do some burn-ins.
Well, if they have a hotel room and they're sitting there working all day and they're serving and talking to a ton of people, I mean, you'd have a good time.
He's right. We had someone, our BFF, mentioned that we should have had an extra cameraman. Yeah, we probably should have, but I wasn't there.
Yeah, I know. I tried to do the best.
So maybe the BFF needs to step up next time. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll put it this way.
Just joking.
I had 2 cameras running.
Yeah.
I had a stationary and I had the one I'm walking around with.
Right.
And I couldn't post half the footage.
Well, I mean, you shoot the idea like there's so many different events that Craving Cars has been to where you'll go through and there's probably could be 4 to 6 hours worth of stuff.
Yeah.
But we post 20-something minutes. 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to do a show about this, by the way. We're going to do a show about this because I think it's important to everybody understands how do these things work? How does a car photographer, videographer, what's their work kind of load look like?
Well, reality, it kind of works that way with about anything. We're just going to discuss it in the automotive side.
Yeah, and we're going to compare the difference between you walking around or somebody walking around with an iPhone or whatever, a phone.
Yep.
Shooting content versus a professional photographer, because there's a big reason why there's differences.
There is. Now a lot of times you'll see that a lot. Like, oh my God, these phones they're as good as like the professional stuff.
Sure they are, until they're not. Yeah.
They're great for little snapshot stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's been a lot of times that we've thrown phone footage in the middle, like a few seconds of other footage. But because it's so quick and in and out, you don't really
and it's not so much the video quality, it's the talent after the show. How do you produce? How do you make it?
Yeah, there you go. Well, I just think you have better control over
certain things. Correct.
You're correct. Lens changing type of.
Could I walk around and you walk around with a phone and make it work? Of course we could, because we know the angles, we know all of that.
But you also got to think, you can take 100. You can call them professionals. What do you want to do? People in the industry, and they can go out. You say, we're going to shoot this thing here. Yeah, and then you will have 100 completely different videos too.
That's true.
So I mean, that's what's kind of cool.
And we see it all the time. So you wonder why somebody's walking around with this big camera gear and somebody's walking around an iPhone. What's the difference? We'll tell you. We'll get into that later. Sorry, we got off track, but it was a great show. KC Trends did a great job. all I got to say is I'll go there every year because they did an amazing job. They were very open to us, so it was great.
That's awesome stuff.
Yep.
That is awesome stuff.
Yep.
All right. Well, I have an update for you and all the people out there. So we've been talking a little bit about some of the latest performance cars that's come out. But I have a little bit more figures on some things. So, like, you know how we talked about the Mustang GTD, but then we talked about we talked about the Corvette, the new ZR1.
We did,
and we had some numbers on that about what it's going to cost. So it starts at about 175 or so, give or take. Well, but then we also talked. That's 1,064 horsepower. But we also talked about the 1,250 horsepower, 1,250, give or take,
electric
horsepower
driven.
No. It's still got the twin turbo V8 in it with 2 electric motors up front to give it all-wheel drive.
Hybrid.
So it's hybrid.
There you go.
Okay.
You
that gives it that extra couple hundred more horsepower than the regular.
Do you think
than the regular one?
Do you? Okay. Here's a question because I thought about it last time we talked about the Mustang version. It was because it's a hybrid.
The Mustang's not a hybrid.
But it only does what?
What do you mean only does what?
What's the horsepower?
Like 800.
Okay. So to get
800. Go ahead.
So to get yourself over that 1K bridge, right?
815, by the way.
You're doing either a shit ton of work to a motor, right? Or you're doing some hybrid with some electronic somewhere, right? What the common thing I see going on now is it's a motor, but it relies upon the electronic motors
right
to get you to that horsepower to say we're 1,000 plus horsepower.
Yes. And just like the newer Ferrari with 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
The newer Lamborghini with 1,000 horsepower. Both of them
hybrids. Yep.
Okay. Well,
because you can't get. Can you not get it? I guess you can't get it out of a stock motor.
You can. So the Corvette ZR1, not the ZR1X, the ZR1, 1,064 horsepower, no electric. Twin turbo, 5.5 liter V8. Yep. So Ford gets 815 horsepower out of their supercharged V8, 5.2 liter.
Yep.
GM twin turbo is a 5.5 and gets 1,064. As a production car, which means you know how it is. You know how you could take any one of our cars, throw some turbos on it, tune the fuck out of it.
That's right.
Get whatever horsepower. But you know what? It's probably not reliable, is it?
Yep.
But typically, if you have a production car, that's usually a reliable thing.
Yeah.
There's a warranty on that car, which means it needs to last the warranty at the very least, which makes it in the reliable realm. So GM with 1,064 horsepower, no electric, all motor turbo car, producing over 1,000 horsepower. Remember when Bugatti did it with the Bugatti Veyron? It was only 1,000 horsepower. That was a groundbreaker.
It
did it with a W16 and 4 turbos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You either put so much into
GM takes
motor,
half the cylinders, takes half the turbos, and creates more horsepower.
How much do you think the 2 motors that are added adds to that horsepower? What if you took away those motors? What was that motor running at, do you think?
What are you talking about? Taking what motors? What are you talking
about? Any of them.
What motors are you taking away? The electric ones?
Yeah. Yeah. If you weren't electric.
Well, like for instance, if you don't want electric, the 1,064 horsepower is no electric. The ZR1X, though, adds another couple of horsepowers because of the electric. So if you take those off, you're back down to just a ZR1 then.
So what's the difference? 200?
A couple hundred horsepower, yeah.
Okay.
Some
but you think that's on the launch?
Well, see, some might be more because look at the older cars that released, the hypercars, the 918 Spider, the LaFerrari, the P1.
Yep.
Those added 200 to 300 something horsepower per car with the electric motors.
Yeah.
Because
only at the initial launch,
right? The V8 that's in the 918 Spider, it's an NA V8 that produces over 600 horsepower.
Right.
But the car produces 864 or something
because
like
of
that.
the
Because of the electric motors, yeah.
Okay.
So you take that off. I think they should have made a car with just the NA V8. Could you imagine how cool that would have been? Just a 600 something horsepower V8 just in a Porsche.
As an NA V8 owner,
Well, yeah.
I agree.
How about we're both as an NA tuned fans?
I agree.
Like what I like about my Porsche is because it's an NA. I know it's a flat six. I know it's a 6-cylinder, but it's NA.
Yeah.
And I love the NA feel.
Yeah.
Turbos are great. I've been in some cars. I actually got to drive a guy's car. It was something that BMW built for Toyota, the Supra. That was designed to kind of more compete with the Cayman.
Yep.
Okay. But I drove one that wasn't stock, all turbo, and I'm like feeling like, fuck, this is fast. It was fast. I don't know what the horsepower was. I really don't.
Yeah.
But
ultra light though.
But I know for sure if we put my car and it car, of course it was an automatic too, but you know, and you put in a straight line race, I'm going to be left behind.
Yeah.
Like that car was fast, but it probably had 150 plus more horsepower than me. It should be faster, right? And the corners, it like handled well, but it was very numb feeling with the electric steering box in it.
Well, yeah, the electronics.
It didn't feel that great. And it just, I left that car, got back in mine. You know how it is. You drive a really fast car, you get back in yours like, oh, why does my car feel so slow?
Yeah.
Well, mine didn't though.
Yeah.
It still felt like, you know, the corners on, anyways.
Well, we're on the topic of Porsche.
With that, so hold on. I'm not done.
You don't want to jump yet?
Yeah, no, I'm still in the Corvette. So we talked about the Corvette 01, but we had the 01X.
Yep.
But we talked about how it broke the Nürburgring track record and all that stuff.
Yep.
But we didn't know what the price was because they didn't announce it yet. Well, they've announced it. So do you want to know?
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to know what the 1,250 horsepower hybrid Corvette cost you?
Well, I think I was blown away.
The other one starts at 175.
Okay, I was blown away by the Mustang D.
The GTD.
Yeah, I was blown away by that price. So I'm going to say this is,
and that goes from up to $350,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to say 560 ish.
Starts at 200.
No.
Goes up to about, if you get the right packages where it adds a few features, goes up to about 230.
Okay, so
you're still saving over 100 grand, give or take, than the Mustang GTD with having 1,250 horsepower.
No.
However, I do have an option for you. That's not a Mustang. Okay?
A Chevy Malibu?
That's not 40, a Ford. That's not even American.
Okay.
That you can get that gives you around that same horsepower. So you can go for a different car from Europe. It's only 1,184 horsepower, so it's a little bit less.
Oh, how much horsepower do you need?
Hold on. I'm just saying you have options. You can buy the Corvette, but maybe you like, you know what? I don't want quite that much horsepower, so you can go down a little bit and spend $3.5 million more.
Okay. No.
And get a Ferrari F80.
No, I don't care how rich I am. If I'm a billionaire, I don't see the reason to buy a $3 million car.
How about this for everybody?
I don't get it.
$3.7 million is where the Ferrari F80 starts. For $3.5 million less, you can buy a car with more horsepower, which is the Corvette ZR1X.
So that always brings us back to the topic. Are we buying a name or are we buying performance?
Well, I have a bone to pick with this Ferrari. I think it's probably going to be,
because we talked about it before.
I think it's going to be an amazing car. No, rephrase that.
It will be.
I think it is.
You think it'll be?
I think it is an amazing car.
Do you think it'll be level of F40 when it came out, or
this is the problem we're running into? So when the F40 came out, it was a considerable amount more power.
Yeah.
Okay. When the F50 came out, it was considerable more than the next step down Ferrari.
Yeah.
When the Enzo came out, it was a considerable more power. When the Love Ferrari came out, I think it was like 300 or 400 more horsepower than the next Ferrari down.
Yeah.
This is like 100 and some change horsepower more than the next Ferrari down.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
Are you really going to feel a difference between? You know what? I'm going to round up to 1,200. It's 1,184. Okay. Are you going to feel the difference between 1,000 and 1,200 horsepower? Are you really going to feel a huge difference between that? Now, from 500 to 700, yes. Got a 200 horsepower difference. You're going to feel a huge difference. But when you're already in the quads digits, are you going to really feel that difference that much?
Well, wouldn't it matter? Is it dependent upon launch? Right? Is it immediate power?
Here's the thing. The F80 uses the same transmission as the next step down. As the 1,000 horsepower, the next Ferrari down.
Okay. I'm going to break it down to how old school guys used to break this down. Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
how we used to break it down old school wise. Is it a poster on your wall? We had the F40 on the wall.
The F80 very well would be that.
You think?
The F80 looks poster. I'm going to say this. It is poster worthy.
That's another topic.
It's a good looking car.
When's the last time you walked into any new generation of individuals' bedroom and see a car? What car is that?
I don't walk in a lot of bedrooms anymore.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, we all grew up with posters on our walls.
This could be the Lamborghini Countach replacement.
There you go. Okay. If you had that on the wall, then that's the car to buy.
The other thing is, though,
that's all I got to say.
If you're a big GM person or a Ford person or a Corvette person, for Mustang person, I mean, you're going to have those cars on the wall.
All right.
It ain't going to matter.
Right.
But a long time ago, it didn't matter. You could have been a Mustang person, but you still had a Lamborghini Countach on your wall.
Of course.
Because it looks so freaking cool.
Because it was the coolest thing out there.
Okay,
the problem with today is there's too many options. Too many options.
Hey, let's see if you're on the same subject as me.
All right.
So, you know how there are certain makers, we really like the cars. Not just the performance, but they look awesome.
Yep.
Are you with me when I say not every Ferrari looks good? Like there's been not very many Ferraris in the last 30 years that looked good.
I think they all look good. I don't think they all like say, "Oh my God, that's an amazing car." Like I think they're all good. Ferrari always designed their cars around sexiness. I mean,
you're right.
They did,
but I don't think they really nailed the like. I think the 458 looked good. The 488 looked maybe even a little bit better. Although I like the 458 better, but like the Enzo.
I think their bodies look good. I think a lot of it rides around their stance, how it looks.
Yeah, I think the Enzo looked cool.
Yeah,
but I don't think it looked good.
Yeah, it's debatable, right? I mean, it's
the Ferrari, the F40, looked good. The F50, it was cool, but didn't look good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Ferraris they come out with to me that don't look like, oh my God.
I can't say I've seen a Ferrari that's ugly. I cannot.
The newest Ferraris out right now don't look good to me.
Really?
But this F80 does. This F80 looks hyper worthy. Well, it should be with almost 1,200 horsepower.
So you don't think the LaFerrari look good?
But I also don't. No, it looked good. Doesn't look as good as the F80 though.
All right.
And the F80's got more horsepower. So it's out of a V.
Yeah, but the horsepower is.
It's also this though. The LaFerrari had a V8 in it, or maybe it was a V12. I could be. Hey, someone put down there. What do you think? I can't remember which one it was. Either way, it was a higher cylinder car, right? Now,
wait. While we're on this topic, because you mentioned it, horsepower wise, do you think horsepower is more important based on the actual motor? Or because they're adding all this electronics to it?
I always look at the motor part.
I do too.
So
that's my opinion. Put your comments in there.
So the newest Ferraris don't have V8s, V12s.
No, they're V6 twin turbos.
No, take that back. There's you know how they make their front. You know how they make their front engine rear drive car.
Yeah,
they do have a V12 front engine. Ferrari. They do. And you know what? That's a Grand Touring car. It's not a track car. And I think it actually looks pretty cool. It's basically a successor to the Superfast. If you remember what that one was.
Yep.
Okay. Look cool. I like it. Now, but we're talking like the mid-engine performance, put it on track, blah, blah, blah cars.
Yeah.
None of them make it out of V8 or V12 anymore. They're all 600s.
Right.
This F80.
Throw turbos on it or electric motors to it.
Is a 3-liter V6 twin turbo.
No.
How much horsepower do you think that makes by itself?
800.
This guy's good. He's been doing some research, motherfucker.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I think it's a little over 800 horsepower.
I agree that yes, you can get good power out of a V6 if you throw twin turbos on it. Yes, you'll get power. Is it long lasting?
I think it's like 800 and maybe 80, maybe almost 900 horsepower out of the V6.
But it sounds like a V6.
That's impressive. You know what? If anybody made a V6 sound better than everybody else, I will say the Ferrari's V6s do sound very racy-like. They do sound good.
I think it's very, I don't know how you want to call it, but it's more of a,
But it's still
They're
V6.
not. Yeah, exactly. It's still
So
V6 sounding.
You're asking what the difference is. You take the electric motors out of the one, then you need to take like 300 horsepower out of the car.
But
and that's where you're at.
Okay, so why not buy yourself a Tesla truck with 1,000 horsepower and forget the motor?
Why would you say truck? You can buy the car, the Plaid or something.
It doesn't matter. Okay, the Plaid.
There you go.
Okay, let's
that's
call it that way.
1,020.
Okay, no sound. Now what?
It sucks. I've been in one.
So are you adding motors just to get performance, or do you want the car to sound like a car?
Well, that's the deal with a hybrid, though, because you get the max power. You still have the engine sound.
I don't know. I think you're either a car guy that you want that sound, or you're an EV guy that wants that performance.
Okay,
let's call it that.
Okay. Let's do this though. I do think an electric hybrid can truly help if you're wanting the high performance. Okay.
A cheap way of getting there, yes.
Like, for instance, the Corvette does it by giving it motors in the front, so now you have an all-wheel drive car instead of just a rear-wheel drive.
Correct.
So now you have better takeoff. So what the F80 does well around the track is as you're going and as your rear wheels might overpower you, your front wheels are still pulling you around.
Sure.
Okay? Because it's electric. All right? They're going to have grip, they're going to go, and all this stuff. I think that's all great, but I actually don't prefer it that way. I prefer it like Porsche. Here we go back to Porsche again.
Well, I'm good. I'll jump into Audi because I'll tell you mine does the same thing.
So, because remember, Porsche, their new 911 GTS is technically classified as a hybrid. But it has nothing to do with, emissions, or I want to give better gas mileage. Remember, they have a electric, like a hybrid battery.
Right.
That basically turns the turbocharger into an electric turbocharger. So it means it spools up instantly. You're not having to wait for exhaust gases to get it spooled up. So now you have not only increased horsepower, but more instantly. So now they created a hybrid type of system to better the performance, not just to give it an all-wheel drive or not just to give it the extra 200 or 300 more horsepower. They did it just to make the initial part of the turboed engine run more efficiently and better.
Remove all the turbo lag. Get rid of that.
I think that reasoning is awesome. I can stand behind that.
All right. Well, while you're on the topic of Porsche.
Because I say that because all these hybrid ones, you can kick it in the EV only and drive. That Porsche GTS hybrid type of thing, no. It requires an engine, which means it's still old school with a little bit of a twist.
I'd rather be a little slower and have just induction engine. That's it. I don't care about the EV shit anymore. I'm done with it. But speaking of which.
So, yeah, there you go. You could, there's your Corvette pricing, about $200,000 to $230,000.
No.
1,250 horsepower. You could spend $350 on a Mustang if you want instead.
No, I wouldn't buy it new. I'd go back to old school Ferrari and buy a great Ferrari.
Actually, I would be more interested in the other ZR1 that has just twin turbo V8.
I'd go back to the C6 ZR1 and buy that fucking thing.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Straight motor.
Anyways, that's super. You want the Z06, not the ZR1.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, Z06.
Yeah,
sorry.
there you go.
Yeah.
However,
that is super on it.
There you go.
But it's still motor.
You could buy a
Air
Ferrari.
induction.
Or save $3.5 million and buy a Corvette.
There you go. All right, let's talk about these. Your wheelhouse.
So I did bring up Porsche at the end, and that's going to go into the
Porsche is preparing for an exciting 2026 racing season with two major introductions.
What that means is
a refined 911 GT3R for customer teams.
I know there's
and
other
an all-new
companies that do
911 Cup car based on the 992.2
I don't think anybody
generation.
does it better than Porsche.
The updated GT3R
So for a while
benefits
now,
from improved
explain the
aerodynamics,
two.
You were able
suspension
to do
tweaks, and
basically you go to
driver-focused
Porsche
refinements
and say, I want a race
aimed
car.
at making the car easier to
So
handle in
dealership.
all conditions.
Yeah,
Powered
I don't know
by
if
a
it has to be a special one or not.
4.2
But either
liter
way, that's the start.
engine,
Okay.
producing
The
up to
dealership puts you into the contact of who you need to talk to.
565
But let the
PS.
people know
It
this
retains the
isn't like
proven
a
drivetrain
race
while offering an
car
upgrade kit for
built
existing
by
owners.
No,
The
these
new
are
911
turnkey.
Cup
I mean,
car
they're
race
not
cars
set to
owned by
from
Porsche's
a
one make
certain
series.
race group.
No, you
delivers
can.
more
Anybody
power
can own these.
from its
There you go.
naturally
Right?
aspirated
Anybody. We could have a Craving Cars
4.0
GT3
six-cylinder
Cup car.
boxer,
There you go.
now producing
And so that's what we got. So that's what you used to be able to do. You go to Porsche.
It features
and you say, I
revised
want a race car.
bodywork with
They
improved
sell you a
airflow,
GT3 Cup car.
upgraded brakes,
That's what's on the left.
enhanced cockpit
That's the red car.
usability, and
That's the
electronics
newer version
borrowed
of
from the
it.
GT3R.
The newest version.
Built
of it,
alongside
which is
road-going
awesome.
911s
It
in
is a 4-liter
Zuffenhausen.
flat
It promises lower running costs and easier
507
servicing without
horsepower,
sacrificing
give or take.
performance.
But
Both
it's
models
awesome.
reflect
That's the newest
Porsche's
version,
dedication
which
to
means you
customer
get the,
racing, blending proven
front
engineering
wishbones,
with smart
double wishbone
updates.
suspension, and
Whether
the
it is
swan
for
neck,
endurance championships or competitive one-make cups,
spoiler,
these
and
cars
all
are
that kind of
designed to
stuff, and it's
perform at the
great.
highest level.
But here's the thing.
Do not forget to like,
But those
subscribe,
aren't. These are
and hit the
911
notification
version.
bell
911.
These
to
are
stay
Carreras.
updated on the latest in motorsport
Well,
innovation.
911s, yeah.
Okay.
Carreras.
Okay.
Porsche is
Carreras are
preparing for an
Gotcha.
exciting 2026
Okay,
racing season with two
however,
major introductions.
The silver one.
A refined 911 GT3R
They have updated
for
their
customer
911
teams
race car.
and an
they
all-new
now
911
have
Cup car
a 911
based on the
GT3.
992.2 generation.
That's right.
The updated
built a race car
GT3R
for
benefits from
pirates.
improved aerodynamics, suspension tweaks, and driver
Which one you
focused
got there? I got
refinements
the R.
aimed at making the car easier to handle in all conditions.
All right, maybe it wasn't for pirates, but it's for
Powered
people
by
who
a
like to talk like pirates.
4.2-liter
But anyway,
5.6
the R
engine,
version.
So now they have the
producing
R.
up
So
to
guess what they've done?
565
They've boarded it out a little bit more.
PS.
So now they got a
It
4.2
retains
instead
the
of a 4
proven
liter.
drivetrain
Okay.
while offering
They
an
bumped about
upgrade
another
kit
50
for
horsepower, so
existing owners.
557.
The new
NA?
911 Cup
Turbo?
car,
It's NA.
set
NA?
to compete
Straight
with
NA.
All
Porsche's
GT3s are
one-make
NA, no matter
series,
if it's race car or
delivers
not.
more
Okay.
power from its naturally
It's crazy
aspirated 4.0
because so many people
liter
attack
six-cylinder boxer,
Porsche and their
now
GT3s
producing
of, oh, we built a faster
520
car. It's
PS.
like, well, you built a car with
It
300
features
more
revised
horsepower.
bodywork,
So what do
Throwing on
you
turbos.
what do you expect?
Upgraded
Yeah.
brakes,
You have a V8 twin
enhanced
turbo
cockpit
versus a
usability,
naturally aspirated
and electronics
six-cylinder.
borrowed from the
And I love
GT3R.
it.
And you want to say, hey,
Built
this will
alongside
really compete with
road-going
Porsche.
911s in Zuffenhausen.
Okay, I'm going to
promises
throw it
lower
out there
running costs
while we're in
and
the
easier
middle of this.
servicing
All right,
without
I love
sacrificing
NA motors.
performance.
Yeah, I think we just,
Both models reflect Porsche's
I
dedication
know, but I'm
to
going to say
customer
it
racing.
again. I love
blending
NA
I'll tell you what,
motors.
proven
I like it. I
engineering
like
with
that. So
smart
we're going to go
updates.
the same way.
Whether
You know
it
what?
is
It's
for
funny 'cause
endurance
we've talked about
championships
this.
or competitive
You
one-make
have
cups,
an NA
these
V8.
cars are
I do.
designed to perform
And
at
I've
the
got
highest
NA
level.
600, but you know,
Do not forget to
prefer
like,
that.
subscribe.
I had
and
before
hit the
that a
notification
tuner.
But why do we prefer?
I had
Let's
a-
get into that. Why do you
Hold on.
prefer?
I
Why
had
do
a-
you like
I had a
yours?
tuner car
Porsche is
before that,
preparing
no
for an
Nissan.
exciting
Yep.
2026 racing
and
season
I
with
could have
two
easily
major
put a turbo car,
introductions.
turbo
Yep.
A refined
kit on it.
911
Yep.
I didn't want
GT3R
to.
Yeah.
for customer
I took the
teams
motor out, had it built,
and an all-new
tore down a little
911
bit,
Cup car
stroke cams,
based on the
because and then people
992.2
are like, you know, you could have
generation.
gotten like another 100 plus more
The
horsepower
updated
turbo.
GT3R
care.
benefits from improved aerodynamics,
Something with the instant
suspension
power
tweaks,
feel
Yeah.
and
of an
driver
NA
focused
of an
continuous
NA
power.
engine
aimed at making the
through
car
whole
easier to
power
handle
band.
in all
Yeah, yeah.
conditions.
There's no all of a sudden
Yeah.
surge of
Powered by a
power or no
4.2 liter
delay
flat six
or
engine,
no
producing up to
extra thing. I think they're more reliable too, to be honest, because
It
you got to worry about
retains the proven
supercharger pulleys going
drivetrain
out
while
or,
offering an
or not
upgrade
working
kit
right
for
or your boost
existing
is
owners.
not functioning because
The new 911
heat
Cup
soaked
car,
or whatever the case may
set
be.
to
Yeah.
compete
The
in
difference
Porsche's
is
one-make
that 100
series, delivers
mile per
more
hour
power
range,
from its
right?
naturally
You're already
aspirated
topping out that turbo. You're
4.0-liter
kind of done with the
six-cylinder
turbo.
boxer.
And now there's
producing
nothing left in the motor.
520
Now,
PS.
ultimately, yes.
It
right?
features
Supercharged, you
revised
can make some
bodywork
good,
with
like,
improved airflow,
mid-range,
upgraded
different
brakes,
than turbo.
enhanced
Right, mid-range,
cockpit
like that
usability,
torque in there.
and electronics
Turbo,
borrowed from the GT3R.
you can definitely make way better high-end
Built
power.
alongside road-going
Over
911s and
it-
Over
Zuffenhausen,
to a certain
it promises
point.
lower
Yeah, yeah.
running costs
But I mean,
and easier
I've seen
servicing
that. Like
without
I've seen
sacrificing
cars that are like
performance.
similar horsepower,
Both
but
models
one's a turbo,
reflect
one's not.
Porsche's dedication
like
to
NA.
customer
But that
racing,
turbo would have that little extra
blending
because it would
proven
like
engineering
yeah,
with
a little bit of
smart
extra at the
updates.
very end.
Whether it is
that
for
you don't get out of
endurance
the NA.
championships
But
or
let's say you're
competitive
going around
one-make
town.
cups,
So we live in the real
these
world.
cars are designed to
Yeah.
perform
We don't live
at
in
the
a
Daily
highest
fantasy
driving.
level.
Okay.
Yep.
Do not forget to like.
Turbo's going to smoke
subscribe,
you on
on
the
a,
street.
on a
the
racetrack,
notification bell
on a
to stay
drag
updated
strip,
on the
on
latest in
all that stuff.
motorsport innovation.
You stay in the RPM
Porsche is
band of
preparing for an
power,
exciting
which means you're
2026
always in the
racing
turbo.
season with
That's
two
In the
major
real world of
introductions.
things,
A refined
Drive around town.
911
Yeah.
GT3R
You're not
You're
for
not.
customer teams,
which means I
and
can
an
gun mine
all-new
at 2,000
911 Cup
RPMs,
car
and the power's
based on
already
the
there at 2,000 RPMs.
That's right.
I don't have to wait for a turbo to spool. I can have
Correct.
fun
Correct.
on the dailiness. And be honest, you have the most fun between 30 and 130. Okay? You have the most fun in an NA-tuned engine between 2,500 and 5,500 RPMs. Unless you have a super high rev in, you might need to notch that up a little bit.
Right.
Your car revs higher than mine. Mine's 7,500.
Porsche
yours
is preparing
like
for an exciting 2026
billion or
racing
something.
season with two major introductions.
8 billion.
yeah, something like that. Right?
Sorry about the video loop audio.
Are you like, what are you at? What is is your car red line? Like
8800.
8800. So
Yeah, well, tuned 88, stock 8250.
okay, so but it's higher than mine. So your Funly power bands are going to be a little bit higher than mine. But
Yeah.
either way, you have a mid range in there that you don't
Yep.
get out of a turbo is the same way.
That's correct.
Okay, and a supercharger just is annoying because it whines all the time.
Some people like to whine. I don't mind
No, hold
that.
on.
Yeah.
You go out in public and you got a bunch of kids that whine around you all the time. You don't like that, do you?
Well, no, not if I had to live with them.
Well, then just think about a supercharger that does the same thing.
Yeah, I guess. I guess that's an option, but you know. But no, back to the Porsche thing. What do you think about the idea of what they're going?
The cool thing is, it's actually nice that they have a different, like an upgrade. You can still buy the Cup car.
Sure.
Now, mind you, guys, these are turnkey things to where you basically drop hundreds of thousands of dollars to Porsche, and they send
and we're going to learn how much that is.
They send you that way we can get our own race car, so we can have a Craving Cars race car. We got to find a driver.
Yeah, we already have one. We have your Porsche. Turn into it. Just put a wang on it. We're ready to go.
Put a wang. We'll just be in a slightly lower class.
That's right.
But okay, there's some upgrades with the R, and most of it is like a cooling, and aerodynamics.
Yep.
So,
yep.
What they're doing, so you got the louver ducts on the wheel arches. You've got obviously you got the take effect of the double wishbone suspension that they didn't have before, which is crazy. So many people say, "Oh, that's ancient. We've had that forever." Like, well, that shows you how good Porsche is. They didn't need it.
Yeah.
Now that they put it in there, now it's amazing how much more handling the cars.
Yeah.
They got improved cooling, not just through engine wise or ducts wise, but like their steering and functional components like that, to where now the steering stays cooler. So
what is their steering they're doing now? Is it electronic
it
or
does have
hydraulic?
It does have electronic.
Electronic?
Yeah,
okay.
It does.
Okay.
But from my understanding, it's like the only one that's out there that still feels like it's a hydraulic one. Like you still feel the road and you have the response in the steering wheel that you don't typically get at most of the.
You hit a bump, you're going to feel it in the wheel.
Like I hate to say it, the new Corvettes, the new Mustangs, things like that. They got you just don't feel the road.
Well, to be honest, my Audi is electronic, and you're right. It's pretty smooth. You're not really feeling the road.
But sometimes when you're really pushing it, you kind of want to know what those front wheels are doing.
That's true. Yeah,
That's what I still like about my Porsche. Is old enough to where it does have the hydraulic steering.
Yeah.
So I do like that. Though I'll be honest, daily driving and you're not like trying to really push the car, electric boxes do feel better. It's just, it's more comfortable.
To all you old school guys listening on the show, non-power. Well, there's no power steering. Those guys, the classic guys.
So they've got their rear brake cooling is much more improved. So now they have a better bias on the braking.
Yep.
Actually, the Cup car itself has
I've noticed bigger intakes.
Has bigger brakes on it. Yes, that's a big thing. So better air circulation even for the drivers.
Yep.
So not only better air circulation for the engine to keep it cool, they added some ducts so while you're driving it, you're actually cooler as well.
Yeah.
Without less stuff.
So speaking of which, your Porsche, how many intercoolers does it have, or air intakes intercoolers does it have?
Like radiators or whatever?
Yeah.
I think
to cool everything off, how many does yours have?
I think it has 3.
Mine has 8
so
on my Audi.
I think I've got 2 radiators, and I have 1 for the oil, radiator cooler for the oil.
Yep.
Other than that, I think that's it.
Okay.
I think I have 3.
Okay.
And they're all up front.
Mine, 2013 Audi, it has 8 to do cooling everything, transmission, engine, whatever.
Now, with that said, you know what? There is a cooler for the transmission.
No, it has to be.
I don't know.
Well, you know what?
Well, hold on. No.
It's a manual, though.
So, no, I don't think it has one. I don't think it has
that's what I was going to say.
But, you know what? All I know is it has 3. It's got the 2 on each corner.
Enough to keep it cool.
It is the actual, there's 2 different radiators for cooling the engine.
Yep.
And it's proven itself on track time and time again.
Yep.
And it has its own separate oil cooler. And it actually is completely compatible. If I want to put the GT3 oil cooler on there, it literally just bolts up. And it even has a space for it.
Yeah.
Even though mine's a little smaller than the GT3. But at the same time, I don't really need the GT3 one, I'm going to be honest with you. So as far as I know, I got 3.
Right.
Most cars, your typical passenger cars only have 1. You have 1 typical radiator. If there's an automatic cooler, it's usually attached with the normal radiator on a kind of a separate thing. So you have the normal cooling and the transmission cooler on the bottom. So I guess you can call that 2, but not many cars have that.
No, I agree. So I'm going through the list here, just looking at them. I mean, just looking at a couple Comments.
I was gonna go to those in a second. Can I finish this real quick?
No, go ahead.
They improved the multi-link rear suspension, modified the rear axle.
Yep.
So basically what that does, it squats less on high accelerations, so it stays more level because every car tends to, has that squatting.
Yep.
But the spoiler, so there you go. So the difference between the silver car, now that's the R. That's the GT3 R. So it's the first time they've actually changed it. It's not just another cup car. The rear spoiler is more modifiable. Like it's easier to adjust. You can adjust it in more different ways than the cup car. And on top of all of that, now this I want to point this out. You can see the difference. Look at the front wheel arch. Look at the cooling difference. Like the way the air vents. It is so much bigger on top as opposed to the little side part. Look at the hood or the boot, they might call it. I mean, there's way more downforce adjustments. So the biggest thing is the cooling and the aerodynamics that improve this car. Basically, Porsche just saying all these things here, all these tweaks they're doing is just making it an easier car to drive fast. Essence, that's what they're saying. But it's funny, it's not an updated cup car. It's the R. It's more power. It's more this, it's more that. But you can still buy the cup car. It's probably cheaper. So your choice. Your choice. What do you think, guys? What would you prefer? The R is on the silver car or the cup car is the red car? I actually think the silver just looks cooler to me. But it is a very
I do
look at this. Look at the side intakes. The R has intakes, super large intakes, like it's a turbo, and it's not. But that's that much more air it's taking in for helping in cooling, opposed to the cup car. It's cool.
There you go.
I like it. I like seeing little bonuses, improvements, and changes. And here's the thing: it's still like in the mid 500s of horsepower, and it still competes with cars that are 700-800 horsepower, and it does it very well.
Well, I like it.
So when someone says, "Oh, we built a car that, it's faster than a GT3," it's like, well, that's because you just threw a shit ton of horsepower at it.
Well, what's funny is you show we show the images. It looks like it's owned by a racing sponsor. It's not like you can go to the dealership and buy these cars, but you could.
You can.
You can.
I don't know what the differences are going to be between the two, but years ago, I remember looking at the cup cars you could buy for like $350,000.
Yeah.
You could buy a race car for $350,000. Now, I'm sure that price has gone up a little bit. The R is more likely going to be more expensive. But what I want to do is kind of go, what are the chats saying? Day
What's
Sleeper
that,
is saying
Big T?
the red. That's the wrong car, by the way. Big T says silver. That is the correct car. Good job, Big T.
That's right. Big T.
I'm kidding. The red does look cool.
I like the red,
Hey,
but you know what? A lot of people don't like red.
Hold on. Never mind the fact that one's a cup car, one's the R.
Okay.
Which color scheme do you like best?
All right. Well, let me throw them up again. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you like the silver look or the red look? Like the silver has red in it. That's why I think I like it. I like the
the red. Yeah.
I like the.
I agree with you. The silver looks best with the red pops. I think when you go all red and black out, it's different.
Here's the weird thing. Let's say this is your RS5. I'd prefer the red probably.
Nope.
Because I love the accents to the silver. To me, it's a history thing. Porsche has a big history with the color silver. Like back in the 356s, almost every single one of them that were produced were silver. It was a huge color that they just, for some reason, that was their color to have. So that to me has like more of a heritage color to it. But let's say it's an Audi.
Right.
Okay. They both look cool, but I'd be okay with either one because I'm judging one over heritage over another.
Well, I can tell you, everybody knows, anybody over 40 years of age knows, red, you're sticking out on the highway. Every highway patrol's looking right at you when you're driving red. They are.
You know what that means?
So.
That just means you're in for more of a challenge. Are you going to puss out?
See,
or are you going to go for the challenge?
No, I'll outrun it. I'll figure a way of pushing it down.
Then you have no issue with the red.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, on to the next story that we have to do after we answer some questions.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
I know.
Someone did say something about the volume of the Porsche video was playing.
I already got that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we dealt with that 10 minutes ago.
You know what? Like I pay attention to this shit. Seriously. No, I'm kidding.
I'm the IT guy. I got it. But I appreciate the point outs. Like I said, we lined up a lot of different things tonight, so some audio might have overplayed. So I appreciate the feedback. That's why we watch you guys.
Hey, that's why we like it. That's why we want comments.
That's
Comments,
right.
comments,
That's right.
comments.
Big T, I agree, silver all the way. I wouldn't buy a red car. I had a red car back in the 90s, which was my Toyota Supra Gen 4.
Okay.
And you got
wait.
pulled over every second.
Hold on. Wait right there. There's a lot of other brighter cars out there nowadays. Red used to be the brightest color. But hold on one second. That's not just a red cup car. That is a red
that's
schemed livery.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more to that than just red.
Yeah. And we're used to rally cars.
What was your red car you used to have?
Toyota Supras.
Don't fucking compare that shit to an old Toyota. What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, it was bright.
Okay,
It stood out.
I think the silver.
In other words,
scheme
you're
was
going
so cool.
down a 2-lane highway, and there's a state trooper sitting in the middle. He's seeing your red car 2 miles away.
Well, he doesn't pull you over if you're not speeding.
Yeah, but we're doing speed, so
If you're in a cup car, you're speeding.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
yeah. A silver, you can duck into anything.
Oh, how about this?
you go.
Just in case you guys don't understand the volumes of GT3s. GT3 is actually the big. I mean, GT racing.
Yeah. Grand Tour.
GT3. That's the class that Porsche typically races in, which is why you can buy a GT3 for the road. Now, basically, the GT3 for the road is a road car, but there's a GT3 RS that's virtually a race car for the road.
Which Audi did the same thing.
That is basically, that's what your cup car is, but street legalized. But at the same time, it's got door panels with pockets and roll up windows and radio and AC.
Very uncomfortable. It's a Porsche.
And all that kind of stuff.
The Audi is much more comfortable.
This guy over here.
The RS, I agree. The GT is just grand touring. It's something you can be comfortable in driving.
If you want to compare an RS modeled Audi over a GT3
No,
RS,
because you're gonna lose.
the RS will definitely ride way more rough.
Porsche does.
It's a racing
yes.
seat. It's
Yes.
racing suspension
Yes.
in essence.
It's Ren
But
Sport.
if you compare it to just a GT3, smoke your Audi.
Well, it's an RS.
Hold on.
It's a
Not
GT3.
an RS, even a regular GT3. It's going to be better in every way.
I don't think so.
Yep.
I don't think so.
This goes
All
back
right,
to that
there
whole,
you go.
what's more luxury, a Porsche or an Audi?
We've had discussed. You know what? Our audience knows. We've discussed this multiple times.
We had the Audi to compare, but no one stepped up. We needed a Porsche Panamera to compare to an RS7 in the higher trims, but no one stepped up forward with the Panamera. So I'm sorry we didn't make that video because we didn't have anybody that stepped up, and the dealership didn't have one.
Yeah.
I checked with them. They didn't have one to compare.
Because they can't.
Oh, you know why? Because they were already sold out because people said these are way better.
All right. You want to get into our last topic? Or
Hey,
let's
how about this? Hey, do you want to talk about EVs?
Shit. Do we have to?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
All right.
You want to say no? Say no.
God, I hate going down this road, but
Let's
you know
not-
what?
You know what?
Okay, wait. Before we even
Tell you
throw
what.
this up there,
Tell you what. Tell you
no,
what.
wait.
Do you want me to talk about EVs? Yes or no?
No.
Well, too fucking bad. We're going to talk about EVs.
All right. Fuck it. Jesus. I hate talking about these cars. Okay. Welcome to the Chevy version of the Mustang.
Welcome to modern days of cars where, I hate to say it, we're just going to have to talk about
Or
electrics
I should,
once in a while.
yeah. It's the EV version of the Mustang they came out with, which is stupid.
Thank you. We kind of followed up with Motor Trend a little bit on this one.
Yeah, thanks for
so
Motor
thanks
Train
to Motor
providing
Trend.
the photos. I mean, obviously,
Now, these aren't necessarily GM provided photos per se.
and can't say they're 100% on. They're probably AI generated by Chevy just to give concept car look.
You keep using the AI term. They're just generated photos. Doesn't matter who generated them.
I would have taken a better picture than this. That's all I'm saying.
However,
and who would put the SS logo
So-
down here in the bottom corner?
I guess one of the things I was going to say is, I'm sorry the Camaro's gone, but yeah, guess what? It's coming back.
Why would you get rid of the Camaro? Same thing with Mustang. Why would you go down this road?
Well, I think Ford was trying to make a brand for itself on the Mustang side and create like a version of cars under that.
Okay, how many?
Or they wanted an EV model, but then here's the messed up thing. I was in SEMA in 2019. Guess what they had in SEMA in 2019? a Mustang car that was all electric.
Then why not build that?
That very well could have been the Mach-E. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But instead, they
came
scrapped
out with that
and came
SUV
with some like
version,
crossover
which looks
SUV.
just like this.
They're calling that basically a fastback SUV is what this is being called. So
That's
basically
stupid.
a crossover.
That's stupid.
Okay, whatever they want to call it. So
What-
it's not a car, it's not an SUV.
I'd love to learn what the frame off is built on. What's the power?
Probably
plant?
built off the fucking Blazer
There you go. I guarantee you that's what's built on.
with just a different body on it.
And they're just throwing in some cosmetics to make it look like.
So they're bringing the Camaro name back. Probably not till 2027, everybody. But this is just kind of like a little on the whim that we've heard from the GM side. I tried to pick the bones with Motor Trend a little bit, but we basically just have photos from them. Other than that, all the information is basically coming from, in essence,
Yeah. First thing is
everybody talking. And these are speculations, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
So you're right. This is what Ford did. You know why the Camaro was built, right? Originally, they were chasing the Mustang.
of course.
Okay. So basically, this is just GM chasing the Mustang again because they decided to make a Mach-E.
I don't get it.
Now they're making their own little SUV Camaro instead of keeping the car alive. But
How much?
At least Ford kept the actual muscle car alive, though.
You know, and I don't know, but how long did the Mustang E sell for?
The Mach-E.
Is it still sellable?
Yeah,
Are they
still-
making new models?
Yep. They still buy it today.
Who the fuck would be buying that car?
I don't know. I've seen a couple on the road this week.
Stupid.
Don't worry.
And first off,
don't worry. I flipped them all off.
why would you even need this big hood at all? It's an EV. Are you trying to sell it as something? And
It's got an electronic supercharger.
it's like, why do you need the hood scoop? It makes no sense.
Style for the Mustang, maybe. How about this to make you question?
I think it's stupid.
Okay. Here's an idea. Here, before you show anything else.
Yep.
Here's an idea. So we're thinking we have multiple versions. Obviously, you know how they have different trim
Yeah,
levels,
of
right?
course. Yeah, I
You're
mean,
gonna-
it's still in concept.
You're going to
mode.
have your base model, probably
Yeah.
single motor. That single motor that Ford Jesus Christ, Chevy tends to offer is about 240 to 360 horsepower, give or take.
V6.
No.
Four-cylinder.
No, we're talking
Four-cylinder.
just electric, single motor electric.
Oh, okay. Just straight electric.
Yeah, this isn't even going to be.
These aren't hybrids.
This not even going to be a hybrid.
Okay.
It's going to be an FU. That's what this is. Okay. All right. I mean an EV. What I say? I don't know what I said. Now.
Get from A to B within 20 miles. You're good.
I don't know what this
Great
range.
car.
I don't know what kind of range we're talking about, but maybe at least 20 miles. Okay.
There you go. There you go.
No. So we're talking maybe mid 200s to mid 300s.
Yeah.
All right. Now, possibility maybe like what you would actually call, that says SS on the stupid, maybe an actual SS model. Now you're talking like a dual motor powertrain, still just rear wheel drive or front, whatever they decide to make it, right? Just one on each side.
I don't know how you would push all this power to the rear
Okay.
wheels.
Now you're talking like 6 to 650
Yeah.
horsepower. Now you're talking that's actually kind of where the L1 was around 650 with the supercharged V8, right?
So you mean this bad boy?
So
that they're
now
talking about.
this is a full concept, guy. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I you know what? I will say the one thing for sure. That looks better than a Mach-E.
Yeah, at least it's getting down
It's
to
not
being a car, not
Yeah.
an SUV.
The problem is it's pissing me off because they're not building the actual car, and now they're just building.
So
an EV
you're
thing.
saying they're going to go more along the
No.
line of SUV?
It's all
Or
it's just
crossover.
SUV, right? It's just
Yeah.
going to be an SUV.
Yeah.
It's just going to be what they call a fastback SUV crossover, small baby SUV.
Same thing
size,
Audi did, which I hated.
a
It's
shortened,
like-
slightly higher,
Yeah.
wheelbase or trim levels or higher elevation up. Basically, you just won't be sunk down in the car like a. So is it going to get to the point where it's going to ever be the Camaro car? No, this is not the Camaro car.
No.
But they're keeping the Camaro car name alive with this.
That's
and I don't
stupid.
know if I really
Stupid.
think that's the best idea how to keep it alive. I think they should just keep building the car.
Stupid.
And it's only EV option. So it's not even like they're building a hybrid option or any other option. But here's the thing. I'm thinking you know how it is. It's GM, just like Ford does too. They're borrowing parts from everything else, right?
Of course they are. What platform? It's probably a Blazer.
Yeah, underneath. But here's the thing: they have all kinds of EV stuff out right now. The biggest one they have is their Hummer EV. You know what the Hummer EV is? It is a 3 electric motor.
That's right.
That equals 1,000 horsepower.
Yep.
That might be an option.
Okay.
They may
Could
do
be.
a ZL1 version.
Who
It
cares?
still puts it under the horsepower of a Corvette, so that's the safe part. Because heaven forbid it faster than a Corvette. Just saying.
No.
Puts it under the power, but about 1,000. That could be a tri-motor, 1,000 horsepower ZL1 EV.
With the range of 300 miles.
You step in it, 160.
No, I'm sorry. You know what? I don't care. In the comments, please help support. It's stupid to go down this road. I don't know what Chevy's doing. They should have learned from the Mustang rules that it didn't work. Nobody's buying these EV Mustangs.
I don't know who is. I see, and I don't see a lot of them on the road. You know, I see a lot of Mustangs on the road. I don't see a lot
Of course.
I don't see a lot of Mach-E's on the road.
No.
But
no,
I
might
don't know what the
see 'em,
sales
but
are on
they
them.
were very. I mean, probably the first couple years they came out, you'll see the sales.
I just know as of right now, EVs are not selling like gasoline engines are.
No.
They're just not. They had a spike when they first came out because it's a new thing. Everybody wants the new thing.
Yep.
But then they drop down. And then now people are like realizing, I'm sorry, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I gotta really pay attention. You know what they call it? EV syndrome.
Okay.
No, it's
that
a
what
real
it is?
thing. Here's the thing. Because what they do is they get anxiety. So it's like EV anxiety. They get anxiety because they're paying so close to how many miles they have left. Because it's not just a quick stop into a gas station, fill up and keep going. So they have a
5-hour wait over.
Well, now they have an issue because now they're worrying too much. The blood pressure is going up. The diabetes kick in.
Now it's stress related.
The cancer just pops out of nowhere,
right?
Because they're so worrying so much about how many miles
That's
they have
right.
left on their batteries.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yeah. And now we're dealing with stress and everything else.
anyway, so that's
You know what? We always agreed on this. I think doing an EV car, something you want to go from point A to point B within 30 miles, daily driving back and forth, great. I think
you got
they're
a 200-300
high
mile
value.
range.
High value, great.
plug your car into your house every
But
2-3 days.
make a separate car. When you start branding a traditional car that had induction motor and you start now labeling it as an EV car, completely disconnects the guys that are Camaro owners or Mustang owners. You're now completely disconnecting them and they're revolting. To be honest, it doesn't make sense. Make a new car. Just say it's a blah, blah, blah EV. That's it. Don't call it a Mustang or a Camaro.
That's what I thought when
You're
the Mustang Mach-E.
disrespecting the heritage of those cars.
Why couldn't you just come out with a car and call it something different? I agree with you.
Right.
100%.
How many names can you? I don't care what you call it. Call it something. Don't call it a Camaro. Don't call it a Mustang.
Don't call it a GTO. Don't bring back an old name that means something.
Right.
Unless you're going to make a car that means something similar to what it used to.
Right, because those names are tied to heritage in our brains as car enthusiasts to say, I know that car. A Corvette, I know what that car is. Right? Camaro, I know what that car is.
See, that's another one of those
Chevy
brands.
Malibu, I know what that car is.
You know how many concepts they've had of an SUV Corvette? Now this is non EV related.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to make the Corvette a brand of its own. So instead of it calling a Chevrolet Corvette,
Kinda like Dodge did with Ram.
It was just going to be a Corvette. I think that's what Ford was trying to do with Mustang when they created the Mach-E.
That's stupid. Stupid. Change the name. How many?
As
you
of
can come
right
up with
now-
a new name.
as of
Call
right-
it the EV1. I don't care what you call it.
As of right now, I'm thinking Chevy just says, you know what, we need an EV that kind of has a little bit more performance behind it.
No, because you
And
know
a
what?
look, and they're going to keep the Camaro name alive. I like the fact that the Camaro might still be around, but 2024 was the last model of the actual Camaro, in my opinion. Until they bring that car back, the Camaro's dead.
I guarantee you, this is going to fail. and they'll be back in 2026 or 2027 with a brand new V8 Mustang Camaro will be coming back because there's no way the EV is going to work. Just
Here's what
make
I
it
think.
something else.
They make this car. We're looking at 2027. So we're not
Easily,
going to see it for a little bit.
Yeah.
okay?
The tools and dies have to change. I mean,
Now,
they're going to be out for a while.
If it looks anywhere close to that,
Piece of shit.
the last one you showed,
Yeah.
the gray one,
Yeah.
it's going to outsell all of their other EVs. Hold on. Even the base models, which gives me a point. Why have the other ones then?
Right.
So your Blazer is going to be gone. Your someone even asked, are they even selling the Bolt? Is it selling much? I have no idea. You know, the only one I tend to see on the road a lot.
But you know what? I agree
electric,
with that.
That's electric related.
Okay.
Isn't even an EV. It's a hybrid, and that's Toyota with their Priuses.
But I agree with that. They built those cars like the Volt, the Chevy Volt,
Someone's
was built around being
Yeah.
an EV car alone, not taking.
But it also has electric. But it also has a combustion engine too.
It doesn't matter. They're not trying what Chevy is doing and what Ford tried to do was tap into the market of, we have a lot of Mustang buyers and we have a lot of Chevy Camaro owners. Let's tap into them and resell these as EVs. That doesn't work that way. Those guys buy the car because they love that car historically as being a motor-driven car, not an EV car.
A Mustang. You're right. A Mustang is that.
That's
a
right.
Camaro would be that.
That's right.
A Corvette would be that.
Yep.
You're right.
Call it something else. I don't care what you call it.
Let's just throw this out there. Cars that don't really mean anything to anybody that they can just use the name.
It'll go on our dumbest car
A
list.
Malibu, for instance, means nothing to anybody.
No, it doesn't. Unless you had a Malibu.
I'm just kidding, of course.
Of course.
But
Because
you
know what there
you
is?
could have redone something.
There's no Malibu EV.
But I think if they do make this car,
They're going to make it.
it's gonna. If it looks similar to that, it looks better than the Blazer. Looks better than all of their cars.
Okay.
That
here's
are
what-
already EVs. So then I look at this. An EV is an EV, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. It's an electric car. It's not using any more juice than the next guy, except for unless you pick trims of horsepower ratings. Okay. Then why have a bunch of different versions?
Yeah.
Why not just make one cool one? Who cares about the rest? Because the other ones are stupid anyways. Why have a Blazer next to a Camaro when the Camaro does the exact same thing as a Blazer, room, size, and everything, but better in performance? So
Right.
why buy the Blazer?
Right.
So why are they even going to sell those? How are they going to sell those?
I don't know why you would just stay with the Camaro. Would just stay with what it is.
I don't disagree with you.
The problem is development.
You know what? If there's
R&D,
one thing that irks
research
me the
and
most,
development is years before what we see today,
If
right?
there's- yeah.
So
Yep,
they
yep.
were research and development back into the EV days, right? They didn't create it today. They thought about this years ago, right? So R&D dictated that they need to come up with a design for a EV driven Camaro. That's what they did, right? So you're stuck with it because all the R&D is already into it. That's where the corporations put their money at, and that's years before you even see the car. They knew what was going on back then.
yeah.
Now where we are today, it doesn't match up, which is why they won't sell them. And they'll go back to go an induction engine. So do not buy this car.
I don't think just a full EV like you said. I think an EV car is okay. You want to own an EV?
I agree.
I think they're fine,
That's fine.
but it can't be your only car.
That's right. And don't name it after some car that's been historically as a muscle car all
We're
the way
talking
through.
to all
Yeah.
you manufacturers out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do it.
Create your own name.
Yeah. Just make an. Why
Look,
would you
okay.
take over a name?
I'm going to create an example. I think we talked about this, but I'm going to
On the Mustang we did.
I'm going to create an example of the right way of doing it. And I'm not just saying it because it's a brand I like a lot, but
We go back
Porsche.
to- I knew we were.
Porsche went
Everybody in the
ahead.
audience knew we were going back to
Porsche
Porsche.
went ahead and said, we're going to make our own performance EV car. They called it the Taycan. What else was named the Taycan?
Right.
Nothing.
Did they name it 911?
No.
No.
It's a Taycan.
There you go.
So they created its own name, its own thing, its
That's
own
right.
own stuff. Guess what? If it dies, it dies. If it keeps going,
That's
Taycan
right.
will then have its own name.
That's right. The reason why they're naming the Ford
Now,
EV
I'm
version
not
as
saying-
a Mustang,
I'm not saying
is
they're the
'cause-
only ones who've done that, but I'm just saying that's an example. Just an example.
Yeah.
They didn't say this is the 911
No.
EV.
You know who doesn't do this?
I know what you want to say, but I know you're wrong. Go ahead, say
I know
it.
I was going to say it, but I'm not. Howdy, they're not calling it something else. They're not taking over a name that was existent.
Hold on.
I know you're going to
Hold
say
on.
it. E-tron. I get it.
They have the e-tron. That's their
They
performance
do,
car. You're right.
but they call
didn't-
it e-tron.
They didn't call it an
That's
R8.
it. No.
Okay.
No.
But they still have plenty of other EV cars that are still.
I know. I don't mind
an
EV
S5,
cars.
an S6, an A4, and whatever they are.
I don't mind EV cars.
But those are regular named cars.
right.
those
Call
are
it
like
out is what it
RS.
is. Why is Chevy and Ford feeling the need to take on these major names and make them now
I don't know.
EV?
It's kind of like they brought the Maverick back. The Maverick was a car. They brought it back
And
as
now
some
it's
kind of
a
like
truck.
pickup wannabe.
And
It's
the
not even-
Maverick was
it's not
an
even
amazing car.
It's not even a real truck. You know what the chassis is? A Ford Escort.
There you
That's
go.
been lengthened.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's a longer bed on
It's
the back.
just somewhat of a car chassis with a bed on it. So it's like
Yeah.
you can't even haul shit of any real weight or pull
It's like,
anything.
why keep reusing the name because you want it to be politically correct?
In the 80s,
And I'm going to call it out. They're making it to be politically correct to make it an EV model.
I just think they can't think of another name to sell.
Oh my God, I could come up with 20 for the new Chevy.
The biggest thing that GM pissed me off with is in the 80s, they came out with the Nova. They brought the Nova back.
Yeah.
It was a Toyota Corolla, a 4-cylinder front-wheel drive car
Yeah.
with a Chevy badge on it. Underneath it was a Toyota Corolla, and they called it the Chevy Nova.
Yeah.
Talk about a kick in the pants. Come on now. Anybody ever had a Chevy Nova? Guess what? They're all
did.
V8s.
I did.
They're all V8s.
Yep.
Take that back. I think.
Well,
you
no,
probably
I
get it.
had one that was
That's
a
it.
V6.
I'm about to say I think you get a V6. But you know what? But the Camaro
It
was
is.
that way, right? You
It
can get a
is.
V6 in it, but at the same time, the biggest thing it's a muscle car, so you get a V8 in it. Okay.
Yep.
So, congratulations to Porsche for updating their race car. I think
Yep,
I think
looks
it's pretty
amazing.
cool.
It does.
Do no congratulations to GM for bringing the Camaro back.
No,
You know what? Congratulations for bringing the Camaro back, but not in the way you did it. So,
no. And I don't know why you get rid of
I was
that.
going to say some words there, but I'm not going to now.
Yeah.
Ferrari, awesome job on the F880. I think
I'd like to see more about that.
You know,
honestly. Maybe we'll put together some video
I watched
for
a
that.
couple track-driven times with the car.
Yep.
And guess what they did, though? Every F80 they put out on the racetrack for, let's say, like Chris Harris or, you
Yep.
know, some of the guys from, the old, Top Gear that's still around, all that stuff, to drive around tracks and to basically, check out the car. They all put Michelin Cup 2 R tires on it, which are track-rated tires.
Yep.
The car's not sold with those tires. They're probably only sold with the regular Cup 2 street tires, which is still a good tire, but they're showing people what it can do with a stickier tire instead of giving it what it actually comes with. So they're giving people a little bit of false information on how well this car really goes around a track.
Don't they all?
I think that's kind of most of the time when they
Don't
give them a
they all?
service car, they give them the car the way it comes.
Yeah.
Ferrari said, no, we're going to give you the car the way it comes with better tires. I think that's kind of silly. However, I actually think the F80, go check it out, guys. The Ferrari F80, it really, tell us know what you really think of how it looks. I do think it looks very hypercar-like. It is very
we'll do a review
The
of
problem
it.
is it's almost $4 million. Would you buy that over a Koenigsegg? Would you buy that over a Bugatti? Because you could buy Bugatti for $3.5 million. That's got 1,500 horsepower.
I'm sorry. That.
I'm just saying.
Once you get over $1 million mark, I'm lost. I don't figure out why it's worth that much and what's the value.
I don't know why this one's jumped up so much.
Okay, this is a different discussion. We'll get into it next time.
So the last one was a LaFerrari, right?
Yep.
That sold for about 900,000.
Yep.
Why is this one so much more?
Yeah. How
What
much
do you guys
money
think?
do you have?
Let us know. Comments, description below.
you go.
I mean, obviously, let us know in the comments below because we're going to be out of here.
And don't forget, next Thursday we're going to do the finals of the dumbest. cars ever made. So make sure you go into the
Do you want to do it next
channel.
week?
Yeah, we need to close it out. So let's get it done.
I forgot. Hey, what do we got? Why can't I hear myself?
I don't know. What are you doing? I hear you.
Did you mute me?
No.
My headphones went away.
That's all right. Let's move on.
All right.
You're still live.
I forgot to bring that up at the beginning. Dumbest cars ever made.
There you go.
Let us know. We're going to do an episode. If it's not next week, it will probably be the next week after that. Either way, I think it's time to sign out for the night.
It is. Let's go.
Appreciate you watching, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe.
Big shout out to our main sponsors.
Main sponsors on the list down below. You can see that. There are descriptions. Well, it just says right there. There's links in the comments below. Or the links in the descriptions below. If you have any questions, let us know. Hey, that kind of rhymed.
Big shout out to your wife, Dottie. Big shout out to my wife, Tamara. Thank you so much.
Our most supportive people to make us do stupid shit.
And, of course, our big fans that are always on the channel. We do appreciate you guys. We recognize you guys. So
thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks for joining every week. We do appreciate you.
Like this video. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and occasionally we might actually post something. It's hard to say. We are very, what was I say? I don't really know where we are. But we are very motivated people to post all kinds of stuff on Instagram every few months.
All right, well, there you go. All right, guys, we're calling tonight.
Thanks a lot, guys. Sign up for the day. Appreciate y'all. I'm Corey Pratt.
I'm Chris Ruck.
And to remember all you cravers out there.
Keep craving.